Caustic causes chemical burns to human tissue. In a way, it digests human skin just like we use it to digest the bauxite out in the plant.
The refining process presents us with a number of hazards that need to be controlled. One of our primary hazards is caustic. On site, caustic is used to dissolve the alumina out of the bauxite. It can be found in liquid form of any colour and is also found in a number of byproducts on site. In its original form, caustic is a thick, clear liquid which is generally odourless. However, it is highly corrosive and can vary in colour, strength and temperature. You need to assume that all liquids you come across on site contain caustic. If you come into contact with caustic, wash for 20 minutes. Remove and discard contaminated clothing. Leave monogoggles on unless your eyes have been affected. Do not put contaminated clothing back on. Report immediately after washing to the health centre. Be vigilant. Contact with any liquid should be treated as a potential caustic burn. Rio Tinto Alcan has more than $2.7 billion invested in fixed assets in the Gladstone region. Rio Tinto Alcan's Yarwun Alumina Refinery was officially opened in March 2005, following a 3-year construction phase. The refinery utilises bauxite from the company's Weipa mine and has an annual capacity of 1.4 million tonnes of smelter-grade alumina for Rio Tinto Alcan's aluminium smelters in Bell Bay, Tasmania, Tiwai Point, New Zealand and world markets. In July 2007, Rio Tinto announced a US $1.8 billion expansion of the Yarwun Alumina Refinery. The expansion, known as Yarwun 2, will more than double annual alumina production. Bulk earthworks have been completed, while project structural concrete and tank fabrication on site and at Fisherman's Landing Wharf is well progressed. The project saw the first structural steel erected in August 2008. To ensure construction remains to schedule, a number of key contractors engaged during first stage construction of Yarwun Alumina Refinery have rejoined the project. Along with local recruitment, rental housing, motel accommodation, encouraging housing investment and the development of an accommodation village are all being pursued. To minimise community and on-site traffic impact, a detailed traffic management plan has been created and implemented. A part of this plan is a bus service which transports Yarwun 2 team members to and from the project each day and around the site.
Yeah, it's good. You just get picked up near home and I only got to ride a push. I don't put no fuel in anymore in my Toyota to get to work. It's great.
Fuel prices is the one thing, but I use the morning walk, the morning bus for my morning exercise. I could catch a bus 5 minutes from home, but I choose to walk 30 minutes to get my morning exercise in at a pretty quick pace and get warmed up to start.
To maintain Rio Tinto Alcan's commitment to the environment, a number of strategies have been put in place to minimise construction impact, such as site revegetation, relocation of native animals, rainwater reuse, appropriate site draining and regular noise and dust monitoring.
The Centre for Environmental Management at the Central Queensland University was engaged to manage our wildlife rescue and rehabilitation program. Dr Kevin Wormington from the Centre is an expert in arboreal marsupials, which were the focus for the program. The Centre also holds a rehabilitation permit as required under the Nature Conservation Act. Prior to clearing, Dr Wormington and a team of his research students walked the site and identified and marked any hollow tree which may have been containing a nest. Approximately 150 trees were marked in the exercise, including trees that held bee or wasp's nests, which may have posed a hazard to the dozer driver during clearing. After 48 hours, the dozer driver nudges the tree, fells it, and we check it for any remaining inhabitants. We found 8 adult and 4 juvenile common brush-tailed possums that were checked for injury and relocated to nearby bushland.
Revegetation is important because it's the right thing to do, and secondly, it's a part of the environmental requirements on us. Stage 1 we used grass, trees, etc. that we salvaged out of the area that we cleared and replanted them to make it a better looking place.
An important part of any construction project is safety.
Gladstone, Queensland. Australia's model 21st century industrial city for large-scale sustainable industry linked to international markets by sea, land and air. Land is readily available for significant developments and support industries. Established infrastructure delivering energy, water and transport supported by international standard vocational training, educational facilities and access to resources and raw materials. There's strong local commitment to sustainable development and a workforce with a broad skills base. The Queensland Government has long recognised the continuing potential of the Gladstone area. The Gladstone Economic and Industry Development Board, or GEIDB, is a project board of the Queensland Government established to facilitate large-scale industrial development in the Gladstone region. The Queensland Government's strategic vision for Gladstone is supported by the establishment of the 28,000 hectare Gladstone State Development Area, or GSDA, immediately to the north of Gladstone. Gladstone is home to one of the world's largest alumina refineries, Queensland Alumina, which produces in excess of 3.7 million tonnes of alumina a year and has been operating towards the southern end of the port for over 40 years. Boyne Smelters, Australia's largest aluminium smelter, has been in operation since 1982, smelting and casting nearly 500,000 tonnes of primary metal from its 3 reduction lines. Gladstone has a regional airport with connections to Brisbane, Rockhampton, Mackay, Townsville and Cairns. With world-class industry already established in the region, there is also well-established support infrastructure. The Gladstone region has a significant supply of cost-competitive electricity with a low sovereign risk. There are 3 baseload power stations within a 100-kilometre radius of Gladstone. Natural gas and coal seam methane are reticulated direct from Queensland's inland coal and gas fields. Gladstone Area Water Board currently supplies major industry from the region's water storage facility, Awonga Dam. To augment the Lake Awonga storage, Gladstone Area Water Board has commenced planning for the proposed Gladstone Fitzroy pipeline project. Gladstone meets those challenges, welcoming major industries and helping new projects through the development process. Gladstone has been transformed over 6 decades of development with an unprecedented level of planning over the last 2 decades to ensure a modern, well-planned and very livable industrial city. All this makes Gladstone a strategic and logical choice for large-scale industrial projects. Industry, opportunity and lifestyle. Gladstone, Queensland, Australia's model 21st century industrial city.